Hi there, I'm Des O'Connor and I have an amazing guest I'm going to be interviewing today. Talk about a story where you lost everything. Let me ask you this. Have you been in a position in your life where you just feel as though you've lost everything and there is no way that you feel there's a green light? There is no way that you can feel that you can get out of the situation that you're in. I've been there and I'm sure you've been there and many other people have been there as well. And I'm pleased to say that we have Santosh Kumar here today, who's going to be sharing his inspirational story on how he had a successful business, how he lost it all, and how now he has 45 successful brands. And he's going to be sharing you his vision moving forward all the way up until 2037. He's got some amazing stories to share with us. So without further ado, Santosh, thank you so much for coming along today. How are you today?
Thank you, Des. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Let's get straight into this. Who is Santosh Kumar? Tell me who.
Well, I'm just a normal person like any other business person. Let me say yes. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Started my business with my business journey with my grandfather when I was 6. And was helping him in exchange of chocolates and ice creams at that point. And at the age of 14 I started working with my dad in his business, and by age of 16 I had my own business under the guidance of my father. Since then, along with my graduations, post-graduation, I had that business, kept on going. And then after I post-graduated, I said to my father, I'm a highly educated technical person, technology-driven, things. I'm going to work in US now, and I don't want to work with your traditional businesses, which is textile-based and hotel industries. And my dad says, good luck, well done to you. I don't know how long you're going to survive in the job. The reason behind that is, in our family, there was no one who has done the job before me. So I was the first person to do a job in my family. So he said, well done for that and congratulations, if you have decided that, and good luck. But I would say one thing, when you are going for doing anything for anyone, make sure that do not look for the money. Look for what you learn over there. And also second thing you have to ensure is, if you are being paid for £100, make sure you are giving back at least £200 or £500, then they will never release you. So add as much value as possible. And that's where I started my journey in 1998, working with Johnson & Johnson as a management consultant. Rest all is the history. Worked in the corporate life for 10 years, companies in US, Hong Kong, Australia, came to UK in 2004, started working with the insurance industries, worked with FTSE, companies, educational institutions in UK, universities, banks, financial institutions, charities. Some of the largest charities of world are still our customers. We are serving them 6-7 countries at the moment. Some of the financial companies are customers still, but we have launched many businesses at the moment, and we have got small customers as well. So life is all about learning. And as a Santosh Kumar, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I'm business owner. I've started 45 businesses. I've started my own business independently without my guidance of my father, because I lost him in 2003. In 2007 I started, and believe me, everything was like a fresh start. Everything which my dad used to say, I ignored it at that time and learned in a very hard way that whatever he was saying, it was truth. Because you can be technological advanced as much as you want. You can have as much education as you want. But what our elders carry is the wisdom that we will never get, and that have got no price into it. So if we just stick to those wisdoms, we are already stepping away from ourselves. And that I learned in a very hard way after losing £250,000, closing 5 businesses over there. And as you said, sometimes in our life, we get that tipping point, And when you reach that tipping point, when you think like, what am I doing in this world? Am I really worth living a life which I'm given over there? And you have to make a decision. And that decisive point is so sharp that on one side, you have got deep valley where once you go in, you will never come out. But on the other side, you are trying to go away from there because it's a past which is chasing you, and you have to make that decisive movement at that point. So sometimes we all have faced this and we all do that, but from there I think journey has started. 2012, touchwood, I have not closed any businesses since 2012. Helped hundreds of business owners, provided support, guidance, adding value, helping them, supporting them, whatever helped them financially, you know morally, mindset wise, attitude, it doesn't matter, but it's all about adding value. In worst case, what we can do to ourselves is keep all the knowledge, all the wisdom, all the skills within ourselves, and it will not help you. Because there is two things if I relate to. There is a money, which once you get more, you have got more, better it is. But as soon as you start giving to someone else, you will have less of them because you are giving away. But knowledge and the wisdom, once you got it, more you share, more it expands. So that's one thing which I would say. So that's who I am. I'm just a normal person trying to see where I can add value to the people. If I can make a difference into their life, make a valuable difference, I'll be happy. And every day, if I can learn something from every interactions, today, Des, if I can learn something from you, and I'm learning a lot in our discussion so far, but I always feel like, continuous learning should never stop. And that's what I say to everyone, that you practice what you preach, or you preach what you practice. I think both are the right in that way. So I try to have the continuous learning as one of the vehicle which has taken me up to here, and that's where who is.
Fantastic. It's very inspirational. Let's just go back to when you lost $250,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
what year was that?
It happened in 5 years, over a span of five years. So 2007, I was working with this insurance company and I was thinking of a software product. And I thought my ideas was not accepted by the management. And I thought, you know what, it's a great idea. I'll probably start my own, So while I was doing the job, I set up a company. I hired 3 people, one architect, one developer, and then one analyst. And I said, hey, can you guys do this? They said, yeah, we'll do it. Small idea. And I said, how much time do you need? And they said 3 months. Now, since my entire 10 years has gone into working with the management consultants, as a management. So I'm thinking, okay, first thing which came to my mind is contingency. What if they do not do in 3 months time? So I added 3 more extra months to myself, saying, okay, 6 months. I need to have a budget of 6 months time, So looking at that one, 6 months down the line, we passed 3 months time. Where is the product? Sorry, it's not ready. Okay, how much more time do you need? Another few months time. Okay, I will look back again in 6 months time. And believe me, I'm doing my job as well as I'm doing this. 6 months down the line, again, nothing is ready. And I said to them, look, next 2 months, if it is not there, I'm closing the business and you guys are out of job. 8 months down the line, there was nothing, new business. And then I thought, these guys are rubbish. They don't know what they are doing. And in that case, probably I should just fire them and I'll find some other alternative. But during that time, I lost £67,000 already. My savings has already reduced. Well, I was a well-paid guy, Okay, I'm not, kind of struggling with money, had savings, so that has survived over there. But at the same time, entrepreneur skills. And as I said, my dad, he said to me, good luck, saying, I don't know how long you are surviving. I survived for 10 years in corporate life. So that was good learning curve for me anyway. So looking from there, I think, that was the first £67,000 which I lost. But then I've seen my dad doing 4 businesses together. And I thought, if I do one business and lose another 8 months time, another £67,000 over there, probably it's going to take too long time. Second thought which is going on my mind, am I good just doing the job? Because job is so nice, giving the consistent money every time, not losing anything, savings are adding up, whereas in the business, it's going down. So what's more better? And then another wisdom which my dad shared came to my mind. He said, in our personal and professional life, remember, there will be failures and there will be successes. When there is a success, do not keep the credit to yourself. Give the credit to everyone who is around you, the people around you. That way you will keep your team and your people motivated and let them take the whole credit. It should not hurt you. But when things go wrong, nobody will accept the challenges in the ownership. So take the whole credit on you, because as a business owner, it is your responsibility, your accountability, and your ownership to take that, on yourself and make sure you are moving further with the learning. But remember one thing, that your failure is always part of life. You'll always feel the failure. You learn from there, don't run away from the failures. Second thing is, when you are failing, you make sure you are not repeating those mistakes again. Because if you are repeating those mistakes, you should not be in that business then. And third thing he said is, the learnings from the failures has always outweigh. So if you're learning and losing, say £1,000,000 over there, you make sure you are learning at least £1,000,000,000 worth of knowledge. And that way you will not have any regret. So I remember that and I thought, what? It's not the problem of these guys. It's my problem. As a businessman, I have failed this. So let me find out what can I do. And I started thinking, should I do the job or business or both? And I thought one thing, I concluded that I was riding two boats at the same time. And they were trying to go in different directions. So I thought, what? I'll probably resign. So I resigned in 2009 from my job. In March 2020, 2009 March, restarted the business, pick up the London office, Liverpool Street, hired 8 people over there and restarted. But not just with one business. I started 5 businesses together. So that, and restarted the same Jicon, technology it was called at that time. It was a self-employed business. But then we converted that to a limited company called Jicon Global in 2012, once we got our customers operating in UK, US, Japan. And 12 years become a history, but my travel business again collapsed. My consultancy business again collapsed. I took a contract with the government of India, that collapsed. So pretty much, you start seeing all these collapses. Recruitment business collapsed, So all these things happened. The one thing which did not collapse was all these businesses. This is another learning, Des. All these businesses, they collapse where I was more money focused or money minded. So if I see you in my recruitment business, I was not thinking of Des. I'm thinking, my £10,000 order for a year now. So that's my whole mindset was going. Whereas in the technology and the consulting background, where it was my strength, I'm thinking, okay, Des, forget about money. Let me see what your challenges are and where can I add value and whether that's helpful for you or not. If we can add some value, let's establish first that. And if we can do that, then we'll talk about the money. So it's a 2 different ways. And wherever I was thinking of the adding the value section, that has taken me, it has helped me survive all the losses, whereas any other businesses keeps on collapsing. So it's always about, seeing where we can add value with our knowledge, our skills, and making sure that we are giving something extra to the people than what they are requesting. That will always keep us out from every competition.
Fantastic. Oh, that's so inspiring as well. Like, you've transitioned from, I'm sure when you lost all that money and your business is a failure, what was going through your mind?
Look, I think, what happened, the major event was October 2011. And I still remember the date, 31st October 2011. So we were working with certain clients. Now one of the things which I said, I resigned in 2009. When I resigned, I did not realize we are in the deep end of a recession. And now I'm starting my business over there, restarting my business in 2007. 2007, it all started anyway. But that has happened, but I don't want to give up, because once I've decided, I wanted to close the doors going back and I want to just move forward, whatever happens. So that's what I was thinking. And I started doing that, but the business is happening. We started expanding it. So we operated in 6-7 countries, but lots of customers have got the orders. They have got the invoices, but nobody is ready to pay the invoices. We still remember one of our US customers, they were holding around 122,000 pounds of invoices, but they were not ready. We in the business have such a dilemma that we can't go to the customers and say, hey, if you don't pay me, my business is going to collapse. That way we are already closing our doors anyway for all the customers. They say, oh, sorry, he's going out of business, don't give any orders to him. So you have to find that balance. That night, I lost around 132,000 pounds. On that one night, customer has closed down their business and it's gone now. I cannot do it. We had a call center where we had 67 people, and those people, they were operating in Calcutta, and from there we had an office, and that person, he collapsed. So combined together all this effect, it feels like one after the event is happening and we are not getting. A point also came in that situation. On that night, why I still remember that night, because next day I've got a council tax bill to pay. End of the month, we have to pay salary of 32 people who are operating at that point in mind. If I give every penny from my savings and everything as a salary, I will not have money to pay my council tax. Now the decision is, shall I hold someone's salary today without knowing what situation they are, whether their council tax is going to bounce or not, whether they will be in hospital or something, I don't know what their situation is. Shall I take that call and say, I'll not give you salary today, I'll give you tomorrow or next week or something, or shall I take a hit on my own council tax? And that's the major decision point where I decide that I'll clear the salary of each and every person, and whatever situation I am, I'll take the hit. The reason is, I can control my life, I can control my destinies, but I cannot dictate for anyone else. And hence I let my council tax bounce for 3 consecutive months. I approached my landlord and I said, look, for next 2 to 3 months time, I will have trouble in my business and I'll not be able to pay you rent. But as soon as I get it sorted, I'll give you the rent. My landlord said, Santosh, I know you from last 4 years. You have paid the rent every time, so don't worry. I understand that these things happens. I have got 132 houses or something he had. He said, it will not even realize to me that you're not paying rent, so don't worry about it. But thank you for the honesty. So those things we have to do it. So we have to just find the decision what is right for me. But as I said, on that night I realized that I'm reaching the point where I might be completely in a deep shit. Sorry about the French, but at the same time, it is something which we don't want to repeat. And the decision which we have to do is, shall we live this life or shall we just not? Because, there is my family, my kids. What am I going to do to them if we don't have money to buy food for them? What should we do over there? But these things happen. We have got credit cards, right? We can always use credit cards, but it's the decision. Because in business, another thing which we have learned is, there is always a risk in the business. And there is a very limited information in the business. The key person who can always progress is not about what you have got in the hand. It's about understanding what you have and what you don't have and making informed and being decisive with the limited information you have got and taking the risk. If you can't take the risk with the limited information you have got, you will never be decisive and you'll never be able to move ahead. And that's going to stop you. So that's one thing which I did. I'm not living my life. I think my life is ended on that night. I'm living someone else's life and I'm here to just add value wherever I can do.
Fantastic. So inspirational. So what are the learnings that you've taken from that? Well, if people that are watching this now, you lost it and you're very successful now, and we're going to talk about your journey, which is exciting, and who you want to add value to, and also who you want to collaborate with and partner with as well. But what are the learnings from that? If somebody's watching this now and they're in that place where your situation, with the rent, we can all relate to that. It's a good thing your landlord helped you, because sometimes in life, and I believe that myself, sometimes you just need some people around just to that you can just sit there and they can just push up a little bit and just hold you and know that it's going to be okay. We've got you. And then you just need that for you to then fly and prosper from that way. But if someone's watching this now and they're in that situation where they feel that they lost anything, they don't know where to look, what the next step is to overcome that obstacle, what advice would you give them?
So from my journey, I would say that, never give up. That is one. Always, time is the biggest healer. Time. And you cannot fight with the time. So a time is like a storm. It will come, it will hit you very hard, but it's testing you. So what you have to make sure, when you have got a tornado coming and you can't fight with it, pick up a corner, hold it very strongly and stay there and let the time pass or let that tornado pass. And your time will come back to you. But do not fight with that. Let it go pass over there and time will heal everything. So be ready for anything and everything. Be honest to yourself. Be honest to people around you. Also make sure you are not hurting anyone. You are thinking positive. Keep your mindset very strong, as positive and as strong as possible, because that is the only thing which you have got at that point of time. You might have lost your house. You might have lost your wife. You might have lost your money. You might have lost, all the credits over there, but only thing which you have got is you. So make sure this thing nobody can take from you. Your knowledge, your skills, your mindset, your attitude, nobody can take from you. And that's a legacy which you have got. And this can again bring you back everything if you just work with the time. So work with that. Make sure that you are doing everything right for that, and take one step at a time. Take one step at a time and you will reach it. And do not lose the focus of your vision where you wanted to go, because you always need to have, it's like Google Map. When we are sitting over here and suppose we have to go to Wembley for my meeting now, and I don't know where this is because I'm going first time, I'll pick up the Google Map and it will tell us journey. But you need that compass, you need that Google Map to tell us first thing. Also, you need to know where you are, and you need to know where you need to go. And then you need this map. So all four things are very important. You need a system, you need to understand where you are, you need to know where you wanted to go, and have that roadmap. You'll be there, sorry. So I think that's kind of, I would say, learning wise. There's a lot more which we can talk, learning wise, but I think,
and it's all, it's all about taking accountability, personal responsibility as well, and look at the learnings, and don't blame others.
No,
it's very easy to do that, because when you blame others, then it means that you're not looking at yourself, and you're not going to learn from the mistakes, and you're not going to grow.
True. And also another thing, on that night, one more thing which I thought I have got two very young kids. I had a choice where I can make a very wrong decision, or I can just stay there and keep on thinking what is the next positive way. The thing which I have to think is, what am I going to pass as a inheritance to my kids, or to the younger ones, my brothers, my mom, my everyone else? What will they feel like? Whatever I'm doing, is it right? Will they be inspired by doing what I'm doing? Or they will say, no, this is not something, and they don't want to do that, or they want to look after us. So we are here to inspire someone. We want to become a role model for the people who are around us. If we think in that way, that what can we do which is right, and people will be proud of what we are doing, our kids will be proud, our family will be proud, wife will be proud, mom will be proud, brother will be proud, you will never make a wrong decision. So thinking that one over there, that I think this is a very bad idea, even if for a second that this life is not worth, you can just think, what am I going to pass as a legacy? And think what will make them proud. And do only the things which is going to make them proud, so that they can take you as a role model. And it could not be just limited to the family. It could be limited to the employees who are working with you, to limited to the people who are around in your society, or people wide area who are not even connected to you, but they are still looking at you as an inspiration. So it makes a difference. And hence, that single thought can change everything. So, you said what message you can pass to the people. I would say, think of this situation. Whatever decision you have to make, you think of these two questions. If you do anything, whether it is going to make your situation change and your people will start hating you, or they will consider you as a role model. If you think they will be proud of you, go ahead with it, do it. If you have got any doubts into it, stay away from that decision. Move on with the next one.
Brilliant. And I agree with that, because you feel it here in your gut. That's why they're saying always go with your gut instinct. Every time with me, don't know about you, but whenever I feel something and it just doesn't feel right, that's a sign to say no.
True.
I'm not going to be doing
gut feeling and intuition combined together, and
it works well.
True.
Brilliant. So let's talk about the future, because we've been talking this morning about some really exciting plans for the future. Tell me what tell me what the future is going to be like, and why, and what do you want to achieve.
I think future is very bright, and the reason I'm saying future bright is because my vision is clear. And personally for myself, I always think people around me first, and then I think of myself. And the reason behind is my philosophies. My philosophies, which I have learned from my culture, my dad, my environment, is all about that. If we are helping other people, as you rightly said as well, that we will get more than what we get, normally otherwise. So the reason the future is bright, because I'm thinking of everyone. I'm thinking to transform the lives. There are 4 things which I like, Des. And the beauty and the, what I have got is I have got this opportunity where I can combine all the 4 things into my personal and professional life. And here are the 4 things. Number 1, I like meeting new people. The reason is, again, the continuous learning. It always enticed me. I like traveling because wherever we go to the new place, you learn the new food, new culture, new people, and you learn a lot from there. We went to Budapest, last week, and then, I got up at 5 o'clock, got ready around 6 o'clock, and started taking a, tour on the walk. And almost after 2 hours, I came back to the hotel having that walk. Such a brilliant beauty over there. And you start seeing the architecture and everything else, enjoying the fresh breeze, the smell of the, soil and everything else, which you will not feel just looking on the Google. So that's again a learning. So traveling is second thing. Third thing which I like is creating brands. The reason I started creating more and more brands is so that, if I'm again on the same situation as 2007 or 2011, and if I've got limited handful businesses, I'll be out of market. But if I've got multiple options, and if another COVID comes and it takes away, 5-10 businesses, and I've got 100 businesses where I'm involved in, other 90 will be there. And they will keep on doing what we are doing. So diversified everything. But stories and brands are more important than those, vehicles. Because stories help us teach and learn. Same is the brands. So hence third option or third passion is creating brands. And fourth is transforming lives. The way I have seen, I don't want anyone to become Santosh in 2011. I don't want someone to become Santosh in 2007 because we all have our sweat and blood and everything putting in money over there. Why should we lose it if there is an option not to lose it? And life is too short to learn everything from our first-hand experience. So we should learn from everyone else. Why should we have another experiment on this light and fail 1,000 times again and then, get one white bulb? Why should we reinvent the Graham Bell's, telephone invention again and take, millions of years again, to reach out to an entire universe, which we are now at this point of time? Everything is coming from that communication, right? Whether we're talking about satellite or anything else. Why should we do that reinvention? Probably one life is not enough for that. We need to live the life of, all these people who have done these inventions. So it's better to learn from everyone else's experience. That's what, in that way we can transform more lives. So that's the whole idea. And hence the whole idea of the vision of 3037 is transforming lives. I wanted to transform and I wanted to help other people transform the lives of people connected with them. Personally, if I have touched base around 1 million people and they can at least directly or indirectly impacted their life and they feel like, yes, Santosh has added value, I'll be if I can work with 1,000 customers, say for example, 1,000 people who are part of a more, core group, I'm happy because now I'm working because I can manage thousands, but I cannot manage, 1 million people, working day-to-day wise. I'll be happy if I can just work with these guys and help them to transform their businesses, which is giving employment opportunities to thousands of people, which is giving more CSPs or social corporate responsibilities for other people. They are doing some charitable causes to add more value, providing food, accommodation to the people who are in need, education people in the need, scientific research for the betterment of the society. I'll be happy to work with those businesses. Now, once we have got this, maybe I need another 100 businesses who can be working very closely on day-to-day business, where I can take their business, get them listed into stock exchange, wherever they are, New York, London, Bombay, doesn't matter where they are. But at least what will happen now, they are moving up the scale and they can impact more and more businesses now. And from there, I think probably, I wanted to take top 10, 12, 13 people to get listed and create a history and putting them into Forbes business listing, so that at least they can become a history over there and they have created a history and I can be a part of that whole gang. And we create a global citizenship network where nothing is stopping us to do any causes, whether it's scientific research, education, medical, help to underprivileged people, or the locations, doesn't matter.
It's amazing. So that's 2037. You have a project and a plan in place for the year 2037, sorry, yeah. 2037.
Yeah, I think 2037, how the idea came was in 2012 when I made our success in the first business and we started operating in 7 countries and crossed our £1 million, recover all the losses which I had, From there, I thought, who are the other people like me who are failing in the business and what can I do for them? Started looking on the Google, found lots of things, but there is one report which caught my attention and it became a part of my life, which is called Death and Birth Rate of Businesses. Now, funny enough is this report is not that popular, but it is being produced in each and every country in the world. British Parliament have got its report called Death and Birth Rate of the Businesses, and it's discussed every year in the Parliament. And when I looked at that business, and I find out that there are 63% businesses who are failing every year. So I was not alone. So I thought, if I can transform my own life and the people who are working with me or my families who are around over here, they can also transform other lives if they know what the secret ingredient is, or how they can transform their business and make a losing business or non-sustaining business to sustaining or successful business. And I thought, okay, what I'll do, I'll create a digital platform because I don't have time that much. I'll create a digital platform and I'll put all these formulas and tools and everything else into this platform. People can use it. And that's where we started B2B Growth Hub, which was called, Find Dozen Web in 2013. So journey took almost 2016, where we found that, there are around, more than 200,000 businesses listed onto that one, by 2016. And we're thinking, why are there no people are not using it? Then we did a random sampling of recently joined people and saying, hey, do you know about this? Do you know about this? Why you are not using this? One of the objective of that survey was, or outcome of that survey was, people did not know that these things exist. So there was lack of education, there was lack of knowledge, and there was no one to help and tell them that this is what exists and this is what it does. That's where we started planning this whole thing. But it was very difficult for us to reach out to all these 200,000 people to, in the given short span of time, to educate them and inform them. So we thought some different model has to come together. And then we need to allocate a budget. We need to allocate some employment. We need to allocate some offices over there. And now there needs commercial, angle to look into it. And that's where we started planning in 2016. 2018 December, we commercialized and launched the commercial aspect from I Love Man. But then in that 2.5 years time, we did a whole journey, traveled till 2037, where we have transformed the millions of lives. We have worked with thousands of suppliers. We have worked with at least hundreds of key businesses as a partners over there, and found out our global citizen network of 13 to 14 people who are in the Forbes list as a trillionaires, along with other 13 trillionaires over there. And I have worked with them, helped them, and we are all traveling the journey together over there, where we have created businesses, some businesses multi-million, some businesses multi-billion pound, some will become trillionaire businesses by 2037, and all will have their own share based on their own mindset, their own attitude, and what they wanted to achieve wherever they are, and having that roadmap. And all these things have combined together into my book, Visions to Victory, and it's clearly just talking about all these thoughts into it with a simple idea to pass this knowledge, pass this education to the people so that they can transform their own life, even if they are directly or indirectly not linked with me. They might be somewhere where I can't reach. Maybe they are somewhere in Asia or Africa or US, doesn't matter. They are not talking to me, but they can still reach out to my thoughts with my book, and they can have that journey and maybe transform or help. Even if it can transform one life, I would say it's happy. I'm happy with that. That's what the 3037 dream is.
Fantastic. So moving forward, what value would you like to add to people's lives moving forward? And secondly, who are you looking for to help and to work with you in your vision for the future?
I think value-wise, I would like to add value where they are more successful. They can run their business more efficiently. They can have a process and they can have a systems which can be applied. I'm not going to say that my system is the only system or my process are the only process which we have got, but these are the things which I have applied on many businesses and they can utilize it. I have no worries or no resistance onto that side. So these values which I'm definitely adding to the people, and I'll keep on doing that. As long as they can provide some employment, they can do something better for the community, they can earn, and from there maybe donate few pounds to the charities over there and add to the social causes, I'll be happy. I'm not going to measure and watch them over there whether they are doing or not, but it's all about trust and credibility. If you say something, if you are doing it, that's absolutely fine. So that's what value addition I would like to see into the people, and I would like to contribute into that one. I would like to support the education of the people. I'm already sponsoring few kids at the moment for their education, for their clothing, but it's on the personal limited liabilities, or capacities. I want to expand that to the multi-million businesses. I want to reach out to these businesses, convert them, transform them from the startups to a micro business, to going for a small and medium SMEs. Maybe become a large business, get listed in stock exchange. You have got more power to transform lives, and those kind of journeys they can transform. And I would like to, support over there, and then go through that whole journey so that we can add more value to the people who are underprivileged, who don't have that luxury to go to the schools or to feed ourselves, or they are homeless. Young kids, they are homeless in after 16, 17, and they have no place to sleep in the streets of UK, US, Europe, wherever we are going. I was in Budapest, and I saw people sleeping under the bridge. At least we can make a difference to these guys. Provide them more education. Even if they are adult, doesn't matter. We can provide them more education, more health, more life, and then transform them life. If we do the 100 people, I'm sure 2 or 3 people out of that will learn something from there, and they will go and transform another 100 lives. That's enough. Why not? So that's what I would like to do.
Fantastic. So to conclude, who are the people that you would like to reach out to? Like you're on the camera now, people are watching this now, they want to be inspired by you, they want to work with you, they want to collaborate, they want to partner. Who are these people? Tell them who they are, so then they can reach out to you.
I think, I'm looking for four types of people.
Yep.
So the number one, if suppose you are in your business or you are in your personal and professional life, and you wanted something value addition wise, and you wanted to become a part of a community where everybody is trying to add value to each other, you can become a customer of this community, which doesn't cost you anything to become a customer, and then you can be a part of this, and you can work over there. But at the same time, if you are established businesses, maybe you are working for 4 and 5 years time already, but you still feel that there is something missing over here. You think that there are certain challenges which you don't know how to sort it out. You can reach out to the people like us. You can reach out to our hub directors, and I'm training lots of people at the moment where I'm telling them how these things can happen. And you can increase your supplier network. You can become more profitable into your business, increase your bottom line, become more profitability, and that can happen from our supplier network. So you can become over there. Also, for the more aspiring people, suppose you wanted to become more powerful, you wanted to become a thought leader, you wanted to become a role model over there, you wanted to become more impact through your business to the other people, the other way is to become a partner of our community. So feel free to just explore that option. As a partner, you can be a thought leader, you can become a more power position where you'll be helping and adding value to the more people like you. So that's one. And eventually you can become, an organizer where we'll help you with, transforming the lives. You can help you how to, connect with, 1,000 and 2,000 and 3,000 people together in a year's time. And then that way you have got more and more option. One thing which I will say is think of adding value to other people and think what you can give it to them first. You will get many things, much more, bigger version coming back to you.
Fantastic.
So I'm looking for those people. Of course, the last option which I have by 2037, I'm looking for these top 13, 14 people who are looking to create a history. They wanted to become part of Forbes, top leaders in the Forbes. They wanted to get listed as a trillionaires. I'm looking forward to meet those people, explore and exchange some knowledge and idea, and travel a journey where as of now there are 13 people listed we all know that they will be the first trillionaires. But Forbes is going to come out at that point, a list of top 50 or top 100 trillionaires. And it's each one of have got the same power to become one of those 37. It's just idea of having that thought over here, thinking that yes, I can do it, have that belief, find a roadmap, find a system, find the people, and stay around with the people who are the like-minded, and then you'll be going there together. So I would like to become that, and drive that.
Fantastic. Well, it's been very amazing speaking to you, and lots of nuggets and learnings from that. And I'm sure everybody that's watching this now has been inspired from that. Santosh, how can people get hold of you? What's the best way to reach out to you?
I think, people can look for social media. I think that's where, but they can also go to santoshkumar.co.uk. So that's one way by which they can reach out to me. I have written this book. If you don't mind, I would like to show it to the people.
By all means.
People can do is, this is the book, Visions to Victory, very bright yellow colored. You can see my photo over here. So maybe you can just buy this book. And this book have got 7 ways to connect with me. So maybe that's another good way by which you can buy the book, But if you buy the book, it's a little bit, very cost-effective book, just £37. But once you buy the book, and if you connect to me, I'll buy a lunch for you.
Yeah. At the Ritz.
Thank you.
The Ritz. Well, thank you so much, everybody. If you want to connect with Santosh, please do. And I hope this was inspirational for everybody. And please share this video. And good luck for the rest of the year as well and next year. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Des. Thank you very much for having me over here. It's really appreciate your time, every conversation. I'm loving every bit of it. And I'm learning the continuous learning aspect of it. So thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.